You do have to earn that trust. And earning that trust, really, how do you do that? You just do what you say you're going to do, and you follow through and you follow up with that client and make the decisions and make the moves that they need in order to fulfill what they're trying to accomplish.
Boom, 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 boom. You know what that is? It's the sound of the unstoppables. We're unstoppable. This is the network, the place where you don't touch that dial. Don't touch the dial. Don't touch the key. Don't turn it off. You want to learn how to turn those ideas into money. You want to turn those concepts into cash. Well, Jonathan Frost is my very special guest today, all the way from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Fake accent or not. Jonathan, welcome to the Unstoppables.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Glad to be here.
I think it's real. I think the accent's real. You're a native?
I can make it a lot faker.
No. Don't make it a lot faker. There we are. I got to deal with that stuff from Southern women all the time with that syrupy voice. I don't know what they're talking about. That's probably why they get what they want, right? I learned this in school. You know what I learned? I said, if you can't dazzle with brilliance, then you just got confused and with obfuscation, right? So people ask me things, I don't even know what I'm talking about most of the time. You started your firm out of school, all right? Right out of college? Is this what you did? Or take me through a journey, 30,000 feet right down to a landing.
Okay.
Jonathan Frost is,
yep.
What do you do now?
Well, I grew up in Chattanooga, and I went to UTC, University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, and I started working for another accounting firm, actually a regional firm here in Chattanooga, for about 6.5 years, and then I started my firm.
You know, I'm jealous already. I don't have that part of the brain. I don't have that part of the brain that can do anything with a number except push it into a calculator and figure out what a percentage is of something. Right? I can't add it. So math has been anathema to me. So I'm jealous of you right now because you have a skill set I don't have. I'm very, very jealous of that. So you started your firm, and your mission really evolved around client satisfaction. So you're living that mission because you're accessible, you're proactive, and you've been able to attract a staff that lives that same purpose. So tell me how growing up or where you got that gene that it really is all about sharing, because at the end of the day, it really is.
Right. Yeah. Well, I grew up, my family has a business, a manufacturing company, actually. So I've been around companies my whole life and really gotten an inside track on how companies operate just from watching my grandfather and my dad. Actually, my whole life I've been involved in union negotiations, multi-million dollar deals overseas for manufacturing equipment, and so dealing with employees. So all the different parts of business I've been exposed to, since I was in high school. I actually spent a spring break working for my family's business. Exciting, right?
You go to Florida? You go to Florida?
My sister actually went on a cruise with my mom, and I got to stay home and work,
Says a lot about your work ethic.
I really enjoy it. But I've just been around it my whole life, which gives me a really broad sense of what most business owners are going to go through. And I've found that, customer service, especially in my industry, but also in the manufacturing, it's extremely important.
You've got to build trust with your clients. Only a fool grants trust immediately. You got to earn that trust. Mm-hmm. Your clients trust you. So how do you leverage that client trust and that client satisfaction into a bigger scale for your company?
I think really, at first, like you're saying, when you first start working with somebody, you do have to earn that trust. And earning that trust, really, how do you do that? You just do what you say you're going to do, and you follow through and you follow up with that client and make the decisions and make the moves that they need in order to fulfill what they're trying to accomplish. And so what we've been able to do to help us make our business grow in that is you find different parts of the business other than just tax returns, which, tax returns are great, but we want to find other ways that we can work with clients. And once we have that trust built up, then they do kind of open up the box a little bit more into their company and say, hey, maybe you could help me with this.
Right.
Maybe you could help me with this problem over here. And so that's what's enabled us to grow our business through helping clients with those other services.
So you're growing by association with other trusted advisors. Could be insurance, could be real estate, but you got like a pizza, right?
That's right.
Up, you're in the middle of that pizza. You're the thing that makes so the box doesn't hit the pizza, right? So you can say, this is what we're bringing to the table. So what you're doing is increasing your value, and you're also shutting the door for other competitors to try to come in through the insurance door, through a real estate door, through another door. So you're providing that spectrum, really, of care.
That's right. Yeah, and what's been interesting just in the last probably 4 or 5 months is recognizing the fact that a lot of our clients, and that's why I've started doing more videos, a lot of our clients and our prospects and just the general public doesn't really understand what a CPA does and what we do and what makes us different. And so I know it sounds simple, but you know what? Some of the most lucrative things you can be involved in are really simple, but we started listing out our services. No other CPAs do that. And so what that has enabled us to do is show our clients literally on paper, here's what all we're doing for you. And they're like, wow, I had no idea that you did all of these services. And so that's really separated us. And through that transparency, it's made us different than those other service providers.
There's 2 pieces that I will call brilliant. I don't call most people brilliant except the person in my mirror, but I'm gonna got you laughed, didn't I? But I'm gonna tell you what's brilliant. What you said. You're uncomplicating things, and things aren't complicated. If you do what you say, you follow up for satisfaction, you adjust and adapt accordingly, you got it. Stay in touch with the needs and wants of your client. Stay in touch. And what you're talking about is listing out the services you provide, a great takeaway for any business. Because if that tree falls in the forest and that client didn't hear it, it didn't fall.
Didn't happen.
Amazing how you're bringing awareness, you're really checking for value, and you're adjusting. That sounds simple, but it ain't, because people just can't get it.
Right. I mean, it's not. I mean, typically before I had that realization myself, you would meet with a client and they're like, okay, I want you to do my tax return. Well, okay, great. And then we send them a bill and they're like, well, I didn't want to pay for all that. You know what? You just gave me this same return I did last year with Bob over here, and he only charged me half the price. Mm-hmm. Well, look at, I got to show you all the other things that I've done for you. And so it really, I mean, I feel like that I've, struck oil, to be honest with you, just not from a monetary standpoint exactly, but more of wow, it's really starting to build trust with the clients and also new business too. So
yeah, exactly.
Which the money comes with that, you know?
Yes. And I'll tell you what we do. It's called a stewardship report. So 6 months into the policy expiration, it's commercial insurance. We're giving the decision maker, who generally is maybe 1 or 2 steps removed from most of the salespeople, because they're dealing with a risk manager, they're dealing with a CFO, but he doesn't necessarily know all the things we're doing. But he definitely knows what the bill is, because right next to payroll, that's his number 1 expense. So we're going to list out all the things we did. Boom, 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 boom. Not beating our chest, but these are real things, real numbers, real things, objective and subjective. Then we're going to tell him what we're going to do, tell him where the market's going so he has a comfort level, but we're showing him a report in a snapshot that's going to tell him what we did. That way he's assessing and determining the value. That's the way you keep your clients.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's one thing that we've done too, is we're trying to get away from the billable hour. Traditional accounting firms have billable hours all the time. And so what we're doing is through our fixed price model and showing the clients all those services, that's enabling us to get away from that and eliminate that unknown and be upfront. I mean, gosh, when I go into the store, I know exactly what I'm going to spend on the waffle at Waffle House. I know exactly what it is.
Now. But they what? No, is that no? It's IHOP. It's going. IHOP.
That's IHOP. Yeah. No, what in the world are they doing? By the way, I don't really understand that.
Screwing it up.
I mean, totally. They are making it more complicated. That's for sure.
A pancake, man. Yeah, they made it complicated.
Right.
They killed it. I just don't think of a burger. Do you? And I
No,
okay.
not at all.
Right
I don't get it.
it just doesn't work.
It's confusing the audience. I mean, it's really confusing.
Yeah,
So,
one of the things you mentioned is keyword, and it's a key word for the audience to really take away. The one thing I learned very, very early when I was very young, I wasn't even shaving then, I think, is that clients don't like surprises. They don't like surprises. They do not like surprises. And they really people fear the unknown.
yep.
If things are known up front and things are known in advance so they can take an action, you don't want to shock them with it's the 12th hour and here's the price tag. And oh, by the way, we're doing all these things. And you know what billable hours remind me of? I heard this story from an attorney once. If they're in the restroom and they're thinking about me, which is quite a visual, then they're going to bill me for it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I want clients to think,
there, but you know,
right. I want clients to think, we're going to be thinking about you all the time for sure, but it's not going to cost me any extra for you to be thinking about me.
No, then they're picking up the phone.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's been kind of powerful too, is in my business, just the nature of it, where you are thinking about clients. The client doesn't realize that. I've started shooting a quick video and just, send it to them saying, hey, I was thinking about your business right now. Wanted to tell you about, this particular move maybe we could make. And that has been phenomenal too, just bringing awareness to the existing client. And I think that builds the trust too. No doubt about it.
Yeah. No, I love the video platform too, because it's going to show you genuine, sincere, and it's getting it out there. That's a takeaway for us, as a matter of fact, because we don't do that. Some of us are still back in the Stone Age, but
I think that lots of business owners are not and trust me, I didn't know this a year ago, but the more that I do it, business owners just don't give themselves enough credit or show their clients enough times in which they are really thinking about them, especially in the service industry. If you're selling somebody some products or you're manufacturing a product, they see that product. That's what kind of hit me. I was like, my family's business is manufacturing. Like, the client can see the end product every single day out there in their plant, churning carpet out. How can I show them, my clients, that I'm thinking about them every single day? Because I am. How do I get that in their head? And just bringing more attention to it has really, really helped.
Your clients know why you're there. The goal of a company is to make money. That's the goal.
That's one of our core values.
As much as you want to be altruistic, you can't be altruistic unless you make money. Unless you make money.
Right. Our fifth core value is make a profit and generate cash. I mean, I put it up there on the website.
We have to. You wouldn't be around to do those things that create value.
That's right.
But you know what? One of the things I did, even though your clients know why you're there to make money, but then it tends to blend into this guy cares about my interests. And one of the things I did is it almost sounds sappy in hindsight, but it was a tremendous. You could just hear the expression of gratitude through the other end of on the other line. I would call to say, I'm just thinking about you. Just want to let you know. Is there anything I can do? Just calling to say I was thinking about you. Woo! I might not have something of substance that day to bring to that table, but just making the call to let them know I'm thinking about you. Hey, how's this going? How's your wife? How's that going? It takes 2 minutes and it goes a long, long way.
Yep. That's one thing that on New Year's Day every year, or New Year's, the first day after New Year's, I call clients and just say, Happy New Year. Hope you have a great year. I mean, it does. You're exactly right. It goes a really long way with them.
It just makes you feel good. So, you started the company for money, right? And how would you define a successful enterprise? And more than that, a successful life? Give me your definition. Don't cut it out of somebody else's book.
For Jonathan Frost, a successful life is having multiple businesses that are producing income. Multiple lines of income. I want to have an accounting firm that is going to be here for 100 years. I want to be the Chattanooga CPA firm just here locally. But also I want to revolutionize the accounting industry. That's our mission here. And so a success to me would be known in the industry as a thought leader or a game changer. And so that's what I'm trying to get other accounting firms and other clients of accounting firms thinking differently about accounting.
How about in life?
What about life?
Yeah.
Life, I mean, I've got 3 girls. I've got a wife. I want to, continue to stay married and see them be successful in whatever they choose to do. I would say that I'm a success if they become individuals that are independent, entrepreneurial, have their own businesses and create their own families and have the ability to create the life that they want.
Yeah.
I think that freedom and controlling your own destiny is a large part of success. And that's why I started the business that I'm in right now, because I wanted to control my own destiny. So yeah, I guess that's what I would say.
It's great. Lifestyle options rule.
Yes.
Forced choices are the method of the masses, the mediocre, who do not choose to do those things we do and make a difference for others and themselves. They just don't choose to do that. They'd rather sit on the couch and be that middling mediocre that says it's good enough, got a job, don't want to push myself out there, don't want to fail anymore, don't want to fear. I fear this, I don't want to try this. That's what they are. I'm going to give you two elements of commonality. I always found this in sales. I always try to look for this when I was in sales. But you want to hear 2 things we have in common? Number one is my first opportunity to take over a sales office when I was at Liberty Mutual Insurance was in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Really?
And then we have this in common. We talked about this off the air. There's a person in my hometown, 3,800 people. His name is Jack Frost. You got
right.
Jack too, don't you?
Yeah, and my grandfather's named Jack Frost, right? Yeah.
It was meant to be, baby.
Definitely. Where was that office in Chattanooga, by the way?
I can't even remember, but I looked into Chattanooga.
Okay.
There was a Civil War battle up a mountain and something, and all these great things, and it was a great office. I mean, it was a great move. I would have probably been speaking like you with that accent by now.
Yeah, probably, definitely. Well, Chattanooga's in a great place. I mean, very entrepreneurial town too. So, I mean, I'm with you on the helping others too. I want to create a place too that anybody can succeed. I don't want to have a place where you kind of reach a certain point and then you stop, which is the way I felt at the other firm I was at.
No, and I think there's three parts to that. You have to have the right attitude. It's something that's crucial. It's not the only thing. Absolutely not. You got to have the aptitude, the skill set to do what you do. You have to be able to grow your skills, and you have to have the right environment that's fertile. It doesn't embrace fear as this method of coaching and teaching, but it enables you to grow and learn from the mistakes of failure. So it's aptitude, attitude. You got that? You got it going. I mean, that's the way. To me, that's the way. There is no other way.
And that work ethic for it too. I mean, there's nothing that's going to stop that. I was talking with another guy this week. I mean, he's like, I'm doing all I can. I'm like, there's more. There's more that you can do. There's more action that you can take.
There's always more. There's always more. I heard that once when I was doing a whole lot. And I was incensed. I was really upset. And I say, I'm doing everything. No, there's always more.
There is.
And I mean, that's true. What would you say at this tender age, probably 21 right now, right? What would you say is your defining moment? You only get one. You don't pick 3. What is your defining moment in life so far?
For me, so far in life, I would say I've never been asked that question, but I'll go ahead and tell you, was January 11th this year. And the main reason why is I decided to be sober and overcame some personal addictions that I had, to be honest with you. And that has completely changed my life and will always for the rest of my life.
It's a great one. Congratulations.
That
is a great one. That would be called a great defining moment.
Yeah. It was a defining moment, no doubt about it. And it's changed the way that I look at everything. So
it's perspective. You want to be there. I'm just saying this universally for those 3 girls. You want to be there as that example. And what you said touches my heart, that you want to provide and give them an opportunity to be more based on what you've done. So it continues not only your legacy with that icon on top of your building when you're long gone, but that value system. And you're really giving them that chance at a better life based on the seeds that you spade in the land, and you're planting the seeds now. That's the way.
Yeah, that's the idea for
Yeah.
sure.
I think you're living it.
I mean, and you got it, not only the resources, but like you're saying, the attitude, the character that it takes, the, you know, the yearning for self-development. You know, how do you instill that into people? I mean, clearly my parents instilled it in me, you know, whatever it took for them to be able to do that. I mean, I hope to be able to do that as well. And I'm pretty thankful for them to put that in me, for sure.
Well, you know,
you're not just born with it.
No, and I'll take you inside because that was a very vulnerable piece you just did there. And for me, we all have our demons. They just vary by degree and nature for the most part, but we all have our demons. And my father was an alcoholic. So I used that as an object lesson of what I didn't want to become or didn't want to be, because I could see what was happening with that disease. But whatever it is, I don't even know what it's called, but I could see that regression. And I just knew I was never going to be that. Now, do I go out and party? Hell yeah. but
yeah, no doubt about it.
And I learned that by watching that. We don't have to make, Jonathan, every mistake out there. We can watch others make it and think, it's probably not the best course of action for me.
That's right. Yeah, definitely. And I mean, that's what I've learned from it. And too, you know, with that disease, realizing that it's probably in my girls somewhere, and making sure that they're growing up in a home that's that they're aware of it, at least. So
great example.
Yeah.
Where can we find you? Because you piqued the audience's interest. So where do we find you?
Well, our website, are you talking about my firm website, or
you don't have to give me your house address. I'm not coming to Tennessee.
Well, www.frostcpas.com is our accounting firm website. And, I also have a website, a personal website, jdfrost.today, where I have some other, you know, just more personal type things that I've got going on. And then
you on Instagram?
I'm on Instagram, yeah, at jdfrost.today. I'm on Instagram and do daily posts there, and have a show actually myself on Facebook Live and Instagram Live on Monday mornings at 9 a.m. called Morning Frosty with CT. It's a buddy of mine named Chris Travis. It's a great show. If you haven't checked it out, you need to. And then what I would really like is to have some people that I could coach on Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m. Or just talk about their business, just what's going on in it. How can I help you? Right. And it doesn't have to be anything real complicated. It can be, you know, I don't know how to get my sales increased. I mean, anything. And so trying to help people through that as well. So,
and you know, so much in life, people come from two places: a place of abundance where they're sharing ideas because there's always more and there's enough for everybody, or scarcity where they just want theirs and they don't really give a F about anybody else. When you do things for free, it's amazing what comes back.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's been a part of my journey since January 11th is, you know, the whole idea is helping other people, you know, and everybody's got their stuff. Right. And so some experiences I might have, as long as I share them with other people, that's going to help them out too. And hopefully not make the same mistakes I've made. Right.
You know, and you know, when I give something, I consider what you do and some of the things that I do, you're giving a gift. And the best part about a gift is when you have no expectation of a return. So you're doing it to doing it, and therein lies the beauty of doing it. I probably put too many doing it's in there, but you know that.
That's a lot of doing. That's a lot of doing.
It's 3 Nike swooshes. All
right.
Right. This is your walk-off home run time. You get one paragraph. One paragraph, you're gone. You've lived to be 140 years old. Man, that company is going to keep going on for another 140 years. What would you write in that one paragraph so others could learn and grow, maybe short circuit or circumvent some of the mistakes you made?
Man, you got some good questions right here, man.
I prepped for you.
What would you write? Man, one paragraph?
You ain't getting the book yet. You don't have a book deal yet.
No, I don't have the book deal yet. That's for sure. Gosh. That's a hard one. I mean, Bill, you got me stumped. I guess I would say something to the effect of, um, are you saying that it's somebody's written it about me, or I'm telling somebody something?
Let's say it's your daughters, and you
Well,
want
that's what I was
you
going to
want
say.
them to read something that would say, this is the way of life. This is a guide for you in one paragraph. Here's what I've learned. Take this one paragraph.
Man, put others before yourself, and don't expect anything in return. Make sure you respect others and treat them as you would like to be treated. Take advantage of any opportunity that you possibly can. If you're afraid of that opportunity, make sure that you go for it at least once. And if you fail the first time, do it one more time.
Love it. That wasn't so hard.
Hey, I just had to get into the mindset. You're going to get me a little emotional if I'm talking to my daughters about that.
We're rolling here now. Now we're going. He understands that his service is what separates him from the rest of his industry. It's truly his heart. And he's made those tough changes in life that make a difference in life. He is exceptional. He is unstoppable. He will continue to be so. He is Jonathan Prost, my new friend on the Unstoppables. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity.